Years into London's worsening homelessness crisis, there are questions at City Hall about what's working, what's not, and what to prioritize amid a multi-million-dollar funding shortfall. With more, here's Daryl Newcombe.
Last week, a council committee supported a new framework for City Hall's housing stability services, based on receiving $4.5 million less in federal funding starting March 31st. Much of the remaining $44 million funds service contracts with frontline agencies.
My concern is the renewal of the contracts for 2 years, unevaluated.
Councillor Susan Stevenson believes during the transition period, the current contract should be extended for just 1 year, with a 1-year renewal contingent on data that shows which homelessness programs are working and if any are not.
How often is EMS and police and fire there? What are the outcomes of people? We say people are being housed, but is it safe and secure? Is it long lasting?
But Councillor Skylar Frank supports sticking with the 2-year contract renewal recommended by city staff.
They can find efficiencies by having contracts confirmed for longer than 1 year. I can see that some members of council would like to see these contracts every single year. I can appreciate that. They're trying to do their due diligence. Sometimes I find, though, frankly, that they use it as an opportunity just to point fingers and cast blames and cast aspersions.
Stevenson reiterates concerns from neighbors about some problematic apartments she says are part of municipal housing programs.
I'm finding that some of the drug dens in my area are taxpayer-supported, taxpayer-funded. That is a huge problem.
Some members of council choose to use inflammatory language because they like to create performative outrage in the community. But I think, again, when you look at the numbers that we have from agencies, by and large, most people are doing well.
Ahead of next week's meeting here at City Hall, some new data is coming forward about some of London's supportive housing programs. But how that'll be interpreted and what it means going forward will be up to City Council. The Middlesex London Paramedic Service could provide CTV News with the number of calls near the House of Hope. However, House of Hope data for actual responses to their building reveal much lower call volumes. Last year, CTV News showed the condition inside this apartment rented through a Housing First program. But data sent to councillors on Friday from St. Leonard's Community Services shows 85% of tenancies have no noticeable issues. 351 people are currently housed, with only 18 tenancy interventions for behavior and 4 units with significant damage.
I actually reached out to some corporate landlords and they said about 1% of their units are trashed, which is in line with what we see within our public sector.
But Stevenson emphasizes the units that have problems disrupt entire buildings.
To think that it is part of our policies that are enabling this to continue is something that has to be addressed.
Council will consider how to proceed on Tuesday. Daryl Newcombe, CTV News.